I also welcome the coordinators for this program. The program is innovations and sustainability through construction chemicals. Engineer Vivek Naik, very dynamic person who has helped our center right from beginning. So I welcome him.
Thank you.
And request to start the main lecture. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Rahul, we can start.
Thank you, Dange sir. Thank you, Dange sir.
Yeah.
I welcome all the participants.
Yes,
Hello.
I think we can.
Yeah, we'll start the program. First of all, myself. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Sir, you are audible.
Yeah, you are audible.
Hello.
Sir, you are audible.
Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Yeah, please speak. You are audible, sir.
On the occasion of Cement Day, the Cement Day is celebrated all over the world on 21st of October. Because on this day, Joseph Asbidin, an English cement manufacturer, patented the Portland cement. On 21st of October in 1884, he patented Portland cement. Therefore, this day is celebrated as Cement Day. On the occasion of Cement Day, today, on 17th October, we are having a expert talk from Engineer Sri Vivek Naik sir on innovation and sustainability through construction chemicals. This program is sponsored by or organized by Indian Concrete Institute Amravati chapter with collaboration with Ultratech Cement. For this, we have moderators for this session, Professor A.P. Dange sir, President, ICI Amravati Center, Engineer Amit Gilda sir, Secretary, ICI Amravati Center, Engineer Suprit Dadwal sir, Regional Head Technical, Ultratech Cement Limited, Engineer Rahul Darne, Technical Service Manager, Ultratech Cement Limited, Amravati. Today, our expert speaker is Engineer Vivek Naik sir. His brief biodata is that Vivek Naik sir has completed his BE Honours in Civil Engineering, PG Postgraduate Diploma in Management from IIM Ahmedabad. Presently, he is appointed at Bureau of Indian Standard Committee CED 2 and has an expert test certificate also. But his professional achievements are presently he is in Bureau of Indian Standard Committee, member on IS 3370 concrete structure for storage liquid. He is member on IS 10262 concrete mix proportioning guidelines. He is a member on IS 9103 concrete admixtures. He is on the concrete subcommittee of CED 2.2. He is on the prefabrication code of CED 51. He is nominated for the BIS as an Indian representative. He is the founder member of Construction Chemical Manufacturers Association. Means he is the founder, and he is the member of Building Association of India, and presently he is the board of studies member of Nagpur University also. Some special honors have been achieved by Engineer Vivek Naik sir. He has got an ACCE award for construction chemicals by ACC 2 years successfully in 2003 and 2004. He has received Vijay Sri and Vijay Ratna award by the hands of Governor of India, Vijay Ratna Award by the hands of Minister of Home by Mr. K.C. Pant. He has got the Best Innovator Award from FICC, Government of India, Ministry of Chemical and Petrochemical as for his Apple Chem India Private Limited. Presently, he is the Managing Director of Apple Chem India Private Limited. He is the Chief Consultant for Asian Grid Consultant and partner of Black Cat Enterprise. Now I'll hand over the mic to Vivek Naik, sir. Vivek Naik, sir, you may proceed. Thank you, sir. Thank you and welcome, sir.
Thank you. Am I audible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
You are
sir.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the nice introduction. At the outset, I would like to thank Indian Concrete Institute Amravati chapter and Ultratech Cement. Friends, Indian Concrete Institute is basically always working on something new and new products, new developments, and so is the theme of Ultratech. So Ultratech and Indian Concrete Institute have got a same DNA, I will say. And that is why we are together here and we are working on the cement and the innovations in cement and sustainability. Our founder of the cement, Joseph Aspdin, who developed this cement, he patented it, and that was a big innovation. See, in the 18th century, there was no proper binding material, and Joseph worked on it, and he told that this is something called a material which is getting converted into a rock after it is put, after water is put on it. And that was lime concrete, firstly developed. And he had a lot of challenges during the development. Initially, people did not like it. His patent was initially rejected in totality. And thereafter, really, when he proved it, that when he improved the process of calcinization during the manufacturing of his first PCC cement, it was got approved, and then he got acclamation. And then from the Western world, everywhere in other parts of the world, we are using cement today. The basic idea of generating this thing is the innovation of cement. Yadi cement develop hi nahi hota, so we would not be here around. If cement was not there as a binder material, construction industry would be different. I don't know how it will look like. So it is very, very important that the innovations should be there constantly in any field. Now, if you see, look at the electronics industry or the IT industry or the telephone industry, there are innovations every day. Day before yesterday, Apple launched Apple 12 or something like that, right? So that creates a zeal and enthusiasm. Same is the need of our industry also, that there should be some innovations. And how should be the innovations? Innovations should be sustainable. So I will start my presentation with taking you from the innovation. What are the innovations which have happened in the construction industry? What are existing innovations, and what should be the future innovation, and whether these innovations are sustainable or not. It's a discussion session. If you feel you can raise your hand, maybe I can reply on the chat box. But it will be better if somebody coordinates this thing. Maybe Rahul or somebody after my presentation is done.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everyone can ask the question in the chat box.
Right. So thank you again.
Mayur is coordinating this with me.
Okay, great. That's great.
Yeah, I will do that, sir.
Yeah. Fine. See, friends, we say this is innovation. This is a very simple definition of innovation, that successful commercialization of a product, process, or a service as per the demand of the market or a target customer. See, that means innovation can be in a product, like cement, it is there is innovation. Process can be making of the concrete, construction process, making of excavation process, or anything, something like that. Now I am narrating this general innovation to our construction industry. Or service. And in our construction industry, which are the services? They can be architectural services, they can be structural designing services, they can be plumbing services, they can be waterproofing services, and so many other services. Now, when you see that there is a product which is innovatively developed, or a process is developed, or a service is developed to meet the market demand or to meet the market customer requirement, we call it as a innovation. Right. Now, you see this term Jugaad is very frequently used on the construction sites. What is it? It is not wrong, basically. It is an innovation which is done because when the construction industry developed in India specifically and all over the world, the at the site, the construction practices were not very much established. So people started doing various things and we termed it as a jugaad. But for your information, now the jugaad is a word in the Oxford Dictionary, and it is relating to the frugal innovation. Now, I will take you on what I mean by an innovation and what is a sustainable part of it. On the top of your screen, first upside, you see that there was an innovation called Mitti Cool. Now, this Mitti Cool innovation is making of small things in Mitti. This developed in Rajasthan, and Discovery Channel has honored this sustainable innovation. How it is sustainable, friends? The sustainability has come because it is made out of clay. The innovators used clay as their basic product, and a refrigerator was done. And in this refrigerator, you can keep fruits cool, you can keep milk, you can keep water, and it will remain cool. And what is the cost of it? Hardly 2,000 rupees. There is no electrical connection, there is no power connection, and that is why we call it as a sustainable one. We are not spending energy on that, and it is competitively priced, and it is durable also. With Mitti Cool, you will be surprised. Today, Amazon is selling thousands of bottles of Mitti Cool. They are again clay bottles. Many of you might have even purchased these bottles. These are bottles, you keep the water and water will be cool. मडक्यामध्ये पाणी ठेवण्याची जी पद्धत होती आपल्याकडे, same thing, but it has been put in the market in a different manner. So that is a sustainability, and that is how the thing can go into the Amazon. It can get exported also, and it can get a brand and a recognition from a international forum. That is a sustainability. Now, if you are talking of innovation, nano car is one of the best examples I can think, because when nano car was developed, there were 31 design innovations. In the design part of the car, there were 31 design innovations. There were 31 patents for that, and 37 technology patents were filed. Now you can just imagine how much of innovation this car has gone through. And then the vehicle has come on the road. Well, see, we are not going into the commercial aspect, whether the vehicle worked, wo chali, nahi chali, kitna sale hua, that is a different thing. If you look at the product itself, the product has a huge background of a lot of innovation and a lot of technology. And such innovations are every day required into the construction industry also. And we keep our focus that the innovations should be sustainable and they should be meeting the requirements of the customers. Now, if you say, what are the innovations which have come up recently? Yes, the huge mechanization which you see in last 5 years, there are a lot of excavators, pavers, graders, cranes. This has changed the construction industry. Concrete mixers, yes, it's not only one bag mixer now. You have a mobile mixer, you have transit mixer is used for transporting the concrete, but you have batching plants, so many other things. Then there are cranes, power tools. Power tools have changed the method of construction in a different manner. So these are the machine innovations which have boosted the construction industry. So also, if you go to the designing part of it, CAD, computer-aided design, it is a lovely tool, and again, it has given a total new dimension. This is a new technology which has come up, and that is BIM, building information modeling. Now, this is not very popular up till now in India, but yes, there are at least 50 or 100 buildings where the beam has been used. Shapoorji Pallonji has used in many of the structures. L&T is using. Many of the top construction organizations are adopting beam technology. There are consultants also nowadays who are working on beam. This helps you to economize your time management, and properly define the sequence of construction also. So also modular construction. What I mean by modular construction is precast and prefab. See, PEB, yes, it is there, and now it has come up very well in India because pre-engineered building, and mostly it is related to the industries or godowns or such large structures. But the modular building, what I mean now with you is prefabrication housing, large scale housing, and prefabrication techniques. Today, it is not that say block banao, boundary wall banao, and all this. It is the building and multi-storied building. Let me narrate you example, friends, that in 1981 to 1986 or 87, I was in Baghdad when Saddam Hussein was there, and there we constructed 5,700 houses. 5,700 houses we constructed within a span of 3 years. It was a huge project, and we had a very big casting yard, big casting plant. Then the panels were transported at the site, they were assembled, and the buildings were made. So making 5,000 plus buildings in precast was a challenge, and this has been done. Now, today also in India, precast technology has come, but unfortunately, we are not using it to the benefit of it. I am looking forward for there are a lot of colonies in the precast structure because it is very economical, and it is going to be more and more sustainable. So we will have to boost up this technology. Well, so also robotic total stations, they are being used everywhere, and it has given a total different dimension to the survey, leveling, and this business. This is something yesterday I come across. This is called a halolite. Now, friends, this is a halolite. It was designed for personal safety initially, but today in the Germany and the Western world, this is largely used by construction workers. It is something like a cap, as you can see in the picture. And the worker can put it on it, and he can see a distance of almost half a kilometer visibility. The light is all around him, so he is very safe. So there is a safety also. He can do his work, whatever he wants to do, and the light can be there for 12 hours. So this is a really great thing. And these things will come in India also very fast. But this is one very nice innovation, I feel like. So also, we are doing a lot of concrete roads everywhere, but concrete roads are yet to come. Yes, a couple of days you might have seen a small clip that 2 or 3 persons from Nagpur, they gathered and they have made a small length of a road under the guidance of Mr. Bongirwar. Road is around something 400 meters. And this is definitely a step towards going forward. In rest of the part of the world, precast roads are being used because road construction is a great inconvenience to the users. आपका सिटी में से रोड जा रहा है, if it is through the city, and then it is everybody is put to discomfort. First the detour हो जाता है, road is going this side, that side, you cannot go this side, and the construction takes a lot of time. The aim of precast roads and the innovative technology will be, yes, overnight the road should be constructed, and it is coming up. And what I'm showing you on your screen is a latest technology that, yes, one precast panel can be lifted with 4 this lifting holes on either side. Once the lifting is complete and the piece is kept on the road, you can use the same for putting some sensors. It will be giving signals about how the piece is behaving, whether there is a settlement in that particular piece, if there are any cracks. If the cracks are there, does it have smart self-healing power? self-healing of a concrete is a quite important thing, and it is a big innovation. Fortunately, it has recently come in India, and it has come quite successfully. I will narrate you and explain you in some of the next next part of this my discussion. But coming back to this precast technology will be there, and it has to develop again and again. Some of the new innovations which are very close to construction industry are smart clothing. Now workers, see, you and me, we are all white collar people who are working on the design or management side or giving guidance on the projects or doing consultancy. But who is doing the work? It is the blue collared guy who is actually operating the excavator or who is doing the physical work at the site. And if he is comfortable, your progress is going to be more. So these are the smart clothes which can be used by the workers, and they are programmable, so they can be keep his body hot and cold based upon his requirement, and it will be very great comfort for the workers. He can deliver more things. Similarly, one recent innovation has come in Germany, wherein the hand gloves, it will change if it comes in contact with a toxic substance. See the lower photograph, if the substance is toxic, it will change the color. Now I am looking in for a product or a hand gloves or maybe some item that you see a person who has got a corona, and then there will be color change, maybe in the mask or something. And don't take it lightly, friends. These things will come. These things will come because we have got a strong potential to bounce back on this corona, and world will bounce back. So we are looking in for such innovations which will be helpful for mankind. Smart safety glasses, they have come, and construction drones have come in a big way. Well, construction drone technology and drone technology has entered into the construction segment on a very large scenario. The other day, I was in the office of the Minister of Transport in Delhi, and he showed me his site visit on the screen that yes, around 100 kilometer, everybody was ready at the site, and drone was flown from one end to the other end, and the minister can sit in his office and inspect the entire 100-kilometer length. This is very economical. The inspection can be very precise. The inspection can be stored also. Similarly, there can be a very great use like canals are there. Now canal is made where there are no approaches, water irrigation is required downstream at a large length in the fields. There also the inspection of this, even the construction is very difficult for the canals. But for inspection, you can send a drone and do this. So this will be a big tool. Maybe tomorrow consultants, everybody will have a mobile and he will have his own drone. And he will say, okay, if your site is ready, I will just inspect it. And he will send his drone and inspect the building, and his drone will come back. He will give the feedback. We never know. We just don't know. But these things are likely to happen. With that, construction productivity and various softwares, these things will change. Recently, some of the things which I have come across in the innovation is translucent wood. Then cooling system with bricks, cigarette butt for making bricks. So also Martin concrete, what they are calling it, is a fluorescent concrete sort of a thing. There are so many things you can Google and find out what lovely things are coming. What has fetched my attention again in the new innovations is self-healing concrete, a concrete which can bridge the cracks of its own. Probably this is our most important requirement. I know you all will agree with me that you definitely need something which will save water, which will save resources, which will be economical, and which will build concrete durable by avoiding the cracks in the concrete. Let us see if we can go towards this goal. Friends, I am going to take you to fundamentals of admixture in one or two sites. these slides I have especially picked up because I thought that we should know that innovations many times happen in some other industry and then they are adopted in the construction technology. Today we are talking a lot about construction chemicals and admixtures and superplasticizers. But for your information, this BSN, like beta-naphthalene sulfonate, now this is the basic ingredient of plasticizer. There are two grades of it. You can get sulfonated naphthalene formaldehyde or sulfonated melamine formaldehyde. Now, these two things were developed by some great persons like Einisberg or Hattari. And thereafter, where this thing happened, where did this thing go? It went into the rubber industry first. Because polynaphthalene sulfonates were added in the rosin emulsification to maintain the synthetic rubber in the solution until the polymer grows to a sufficient molecule. So it was their process requirement of making the synthetic rubber. As a secondary emulsifier, PNS were used. These are polynaphthalene sulfonate and they were used continuously. At a later date, they came slowly into oil well cements. And from oil well cement, it got gradual thing that yes, there is some fluidity being imparted to the cement, and then it came into concrete industry. So these two products, polynaphthalene sulfonate or lignosulfonates, they were not meant for our industry. Lignosulfonate was more importantly used in the leather industry. So these products from leather industry, textile industry, where the SMF is used, they were from different industry, and just by fluke we thought that these are plasticizing additives and can be used into the construction chemical industry, and we started using it. But the fundamental innovation for the benefit of construction industry happened around 25 to 30 years back when a Japanese scientist, Hirata-san, he developed polynaphthalene glycol, MPEG, and he reacted methyl polynaphthalene glycol with methyl methacrylate or acrylic acid you can call. After this reaction, he developed a polymer, which is a wonderful polymer, and this polymer can be modified to give various properties. And what is the use of this polymer, friends? The use of this polymer is to make PCE, which is polycarboxylate ether. Now, today we are talking of superplasticizers based on PCE everywhere in the world. And this is a huge breakthrough all over the world, because after the development of polycarboxylate ether based additive, we can have high flow concrete, we can have self-compacting concrete, we can have underwater concrete, we can do so many things, right? You can reduce the, like what you can see on your screen on the right hand side. Can you see the reinforcement? Yes. Now, in normal course, a structural consultant will not design a reinforcement like this. But now today he knows that yes, self-compacting concrete is there. Maximum size of the aggregate can be limited to 12 mm and the concrete can flow of its own without vibration. He will definitely design a column like this because it is saving the space. Not only saving the space, it is saving the total constituents of the concrete itself. So there is an energy saving and there is a sustainability. And there is a higher strength, there is a durability. So these all things are related. The one more breakthrough technology which has emerged in India is viscoflux technology. This is a further advancement in polycarboxylate ether technology. Fortunately, I happen to be a part of viscoflux technology, wherein, is this a green technology? Yes, because for your information, what happens when you are using PCE or SNF or old side disc admixtures, they are not green because while making that admixture, there is a lot of energy which is consumed. What you see at the center of your screen is a small reactor where the product is developed, polymerization is done. But when it is done, there is a lot of heating of the ingredients. The temperature is raised up to 160 degrees centigrade. in one phase, then again in second phase, maybe up to 100 degrees centigrade, you cool it, you transfer it, do so many things, and then make a PCE. But viscoflux technology is why a breakthrough that on the right hand side, you can see it is more or less a simple mixer, right? You put the ingredients and have some technological input, reactive ingredients, and you get a PCE, which will work, which is manufactured at a room temperature. It's really a miracle. It's fantastic that you are saving energy and you can make the same product, maybe even better. So these are the technologies which we are looking in for. Innovations, yes, you know everywhere that people, especially the philosophers, when you say philosophers talk about the third world war and fourth world war, and it will happen over water. क्योंकि water की बहुत scarcity रहेगी. And we know because initially, if you remember, when the bottled water came like Bisleri and all this, it was very initial, say around 30 years back in India, people said, "Ye kyun? Water will not be sold." But then we found that bottled water, iska sale kyun badha? Because the normal drinking water, which is supposed to come from the corporation or which is supposed to be available to you everywhere, is not drinkable. You cannot drink it. That is why in all the offices today, you get a mineral water bottle. And then there is a separation of regular water. Similarly, if you see our component of contribution as a construction industry, are we using the plasticizers then which can reduce the water content? I think I can come on that a little bit more on that. But the most important liberal use of water is done in curing. And curing is a process of keeping concrete cool, and normally curing is done at least for 14 days, bare minimum. Best way, it should be protected for 28 days because that is the time when concrete gets, we say that it has got a design strength. We test the concrete based on the 28-day strength. So if the curing compounds are considered, they are one of the best innovations that it can save the curing water. Let me tell you, friends, in India, millions and million liters of water are used by construction industry for curing. Because in our IS codal provision, we have said which is the best water for curing? It is drinking water. It is drinking water. That is the best water for getting the concrete its full strength. And if we have a substitute that yes, you can avoid the curing water, I think that will be a miracle. And that has come recently, that wax-based curing compounds are there, water-based curing compounds are there, and alumina is resin-based curing compounds. These are reflective curing compounds. And wait, my friends, there is one more innovation which has very, very recently come up. It is an evaporation retarder. Because when you put concrete, you cannot stop evaporation. Can you stop? Yes, by definition, each of you know, because evaporation takes place at all temperatures and pressures everywhere. When the product is kept anywhere, the evaporation will be there. Concrete is cast, evaporation will be there. Water will be lost. We are designing concrete as per the water cement ratio, isn't it? Water cement ratio, whatever is designed, the same should be maintained, then only it will give the desired strength. If the water goes out, which is designed water, if it is out of your concrete, cement will not have sufficient water for its hydration. And if the sufficient water is not available for hydration, it will not get the desired strength, it will not get the desired properties, it will not be durable. So there will be big loss. So these evaporation retarders are the products which can spread over the concrete immediately. Immediately after the casting, they will prevent the water evaporation. And thereafter, after 2-3 hours, you may use the curing compound, and thereafter you can put water if it is available or so. So these are the things. This is the same thing which I explained you. The middle photograph shows you a bare concrete on which evaporation retarder is sprinkled, and the right hand side below photograph on your screen is the photograph where the texturing of the concrete is done. It is a piece from the highway section, and aluminized reflective curing compound is used. So also, if you are looking at the innovations, to me, deterioration of concrete is possible and getting accelerated only because of one component, which is the reinforcement which is inside. If we protect the reinforcement, this will be controlled to a very large extent. Now, bipolar corrosion inhibitors, when you add into the concrete, they form a passive film over the rebar in concrete. Let me tell you, when rebar is embedded into the concrete, the alkalinity of the concrete always forms a cementitious slurry film on the rebar. In addition to that, bipolar corrosion inhibitors will act on the both poles, and there the passive film will be very strong, and if there is a breakage of the passive film, it will be regenerated and your reinforcement will remain protected, and that's something great. Similarly, there are some coatings. What I told you recently just now is about the admixture which can be added as a bipolar corrosion inhibitor. There can be some coatings on the rebar. They can be CPCC or fusion bonded epoxy coating on the reinforcement, and then the reinforcement can be used. Now, some of the innovations which I feel like fixing the tiles over the tiles. These tile adhesives are available. Am I audible? Because my moderators, can you tell me, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible, sir.
Yes, sir. That's great.
Sir, you are audible.
Great. Thank you. Because there was something going on my screen, so I thought that is there any failure in this? Well, I was talking about the tile adhesives. This is something great that a tile on tile can be fixed in addition to blocks. See, natural resource, if you have to protect, maybe you cannot depend on the river sand, you cannot depend on the clay which is being used in brick making. It can be labor intensive process, and you will have to go for AAC blocks or blocks made up of ash, and because they are recyclable materials used and put into the blocks. The adhesives for fixing of the blocks, they are also wonderful products, and the blocks are also wonderful products. So also, if you are going in for the white topping, yes, that is something great, that the existing roads can be done with white topping, which we are taking as the Indian Concrete Institute at a national level also, that white topping. And then you can seal the joints of this concrete road or the small panels with the best adhesive, which is a polyseal sort of a component, which is a polysulfide sealant or a polyurethane sealant, PU or polysulfide. These are the best products you can use because they will have excellent bond on the either side of the thing, and they will compromise for heat and cold, which is happening on the road surface or in the environment. One more innovation I can think of, which has changed the construction technology. On the upper screen, what you used to have, or what we as a construction industry had, was see, if you are constructing a bridge or a building, then you are having some continuous forms, and you can go on concreting, and then the forms are getting extended, and you are joining the two parts of the bridge segment or something like this. Now, there is so much of site work involved when you do a construction like this. But the innovation is you do the entire bridge, flyover, everything in the casting yard. You bring your column and put the columns on the side, grout the columns, and all the segments you can bring to the side, join the segments together, do the post tensioning, and your bridge or your metro section is complete. It is a very fast, quick, and without disturbing much of the traffic. These are some of the sections, especially I think this is from Nagpur Metro. Yeah, it is there. From Nagpur Metro or Pune Metro or even Delhi Metro. Some of the special products are being used as bonding adhesives, and they have changed the dimensions, how the designers work on it, and how fast the construction can be done. Similarly, protection coatings, if you are looking after the sustainability. See, construction work is not complete unless and until it is protected. If you are just doing a building, right? You construct RCC work, you do the brick work, you plaster, and you say my building is done. Do you say so? No. Unless and until it is painted, you don't go for living inside, because painting is a protection. Yes, it is an aesthetics also. Beautiful paints give aesthetics. But as civil engineers, we should look at it as a protection. Similarly, flyovers, bridges, they should be protected with protection coatings. Well protected, because see, the amount of money which government is spending on the infrastructure is really, really very huge. Take a case of irrigation project, take a case of road project, take a case of bridges, take a case of flyovers, metros, jetties. These are large scale projects which are taken up by government, because you and me cannot do it, right? These are national projects. And to protect the national project is our national responsibility. And that is why we should be working on the protection. The way we protect our building, these protection coatings are must, and they will be giving us more durable and stronger structures. Similarly, there is one innovation, like you are constructing bridges over the river or over the sea. Right now in Mumbai, if you see, there are 3 links being constructed over the sea. It is possible because of the innovations in the construction technology, innovations in the material sciences, innovations in the construction chemicals. This is possible. Otherwise, had it been the case around 20 years back, we would not have designed 3 big projects. It has happened only because of the innovation in the technological front. Well, if you see underwater concrete, if you see the central picture, conventional grout or a cement concrete, if you put into concrete, what will happen? The cement will be washed away, aggregates will separate out, and so many things will happen, and you cannot put it. But the moment you add anti-wash agents and make grouts of it, the anti-wash agent helps concrete to go up to the bed of the your sea or up to the bed of the river, and it can push the water up. You see the extreme right picture on your screen. The water level comes up when you put anti-wash grout into a beaker. So, and there is no disturbance to the slime. And this is one of the biggest innovation. And see, Crystacrete is one turning point in the world which has recently come up in India. And I'm very sure about this Crystacrete technology, which is fortunately patented in India only. And this is crystalline penetrating durability enhancer. Now, these are the additives you add into the concrete, and they will increase the durability of concrete. They have got fantastic properties of resisting the carbonation, increasing the permeability of the structure, and even the crack bridging, what we were discussing. The lower side, you can see these are the photographs which are taken in the R&D laboratory, just to see that how the crystallization forms in the concrete, even if when it is coming in contact with water. So these are the durability enhancing products, and they are here to make a lot of difference in the construction industry. Now, the second phase of my discussion, I will take another, I think 30 minutes maximum, or 20, 30 minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. See, sustainability.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. See, sustainability, when you say construction industry, basically, we are not very good as far as the environment is concerned. Why? Why we are not good? Because we use steel. Why? For making steel, what do? We use manganese and bauxite. That means natural resources we are eating. While making steel, we use tremendous amount of energy. So there is huge lot of energy consumption also. And then we make the steel. Similarly, thing was happening about this cement also. Cement, when it is made, initially, as late as 10 years back, when I used to talk with cement manufacturers, they used to tell me that for making 1 ton of cement, 1 ton of carbon dioxide is emitted. Is it not a huge pollution? Yes, it is huge pollution. But now the cement industry has changed. When I was talking to Ultratech R&D and production people, I was surprised and happily surprised that they told me that the new cements which are coming up are emitting, or rather they are responsible only for 0.68 tons. 0.68 tons of carbon dioxide as against 1 ton. So you can see there is a huge difference. Almost 32% saving has been done during the manufacture of this cement. So I can say that this is giving us a green effect. We are saving the energy. I will come down to what I mean by green. In general, largely, construction industry, we consume 40% of the global energy consumption and 30% of the greenhouse gas emissions. So environmentally, we are not green. See, the construction material, when I say green, that if it is made from renewable material, we call it green, right? If it is using the minimum possible environment,
आज खूपच meeting आहे.
very low energy
Continuous
utilization
meeting
while
चालू.
manufacturing. So in the manufacturing
आता
process,
पुन्हा 7
you
वाजता
put
ते
in various
recording
energy,
6:30
it is
वाजता.
green. Can your product be recycled? Yes, then it is green. So also while doing all this, is it a long lasting? Is it a durable?
नाही की उद्या दुसरं येईल ना
Then
आता.
only we call it as a green.
9 दिवस नवीन ना.
Similarly, when you select a green material, you should be seeing whether it can be recycled, it can be renewed, whether it is locally available.
शनिवारी बंद असते म्हणून अर्धा
Government
दिवस.
has gone in for
ना, आता
being
म्हणून
local
हळूहळू.
for the local. Right? You are constructing a building today, and if you say that I will bring material from some corner of Mumbai or somewhere else, it's not correct. Because then you are
कॉलेजच्या आणि बाहेरच्या.
spending a lot
दार रोज उघडं
of money, or you are definitely responsible for paying something to the transporter, who is consuming a lot of diesel and so many energies and some component of the financial thing is also getting added. If we are in central India, let us use the resources in the central India itself. Then it will be quite sensible on our part as engineers. So we should be using more and more local products. Or when you are doing what government is saying, that we should be using Indian products, because I am very sure we can produce almost everything in India, including the atomic bombs and atomic weapons. They are for our safety, I know that. But we have the strengths. Indians have got the strengths, and construction industry should participate in the growth of the nation, and we will have to use more and more of our own products. Well, that was a little bit of a diversification, but being a strong patriot, I cannot avoid such things. I come back to the subject that energy conservation is a must and water conservation is must. Now, indoor environmental quality, yes, we should be having a product which is moisture resistant. Installation cost should be low, and it should be healthy product. Cost effectively, installation again cost should be low, maintenance cost should be low, and effective cost of the project should be low. These are the some of the properties and the advantages we consider when you are using this. Well, I told you about this, that 40% of the global energy we consume, 40% waste we generate. Yes, our Indian Concrete Institute has definitely come up with a code of recycling and using of construction demolition waste. But only by bringing out the waste, bringing out a code will not work. We all construction engineers will have to use this code and recycle the construction waste. We will have to reduce the carbon emission, and then only it can be green. So what we are doing, we use PCE technology or viscoflux technology. And these technologies, when used, they allow you to use fly ash in concrete. This technology allows you to use microsilica in concrete. These are both waste materials. They can allow you to use industrial waste in the concrete. They can allow you to use GGBS. GGBS is again made out of slag. Now, these are all wastes. product from various industries, and these waste products can be added into the concrete, beneficially giving a durability to concrete. And this is going to be possible once you give durability to the concrete. It is a longer life. Longer life is sustainable because the longer life, the thing which was initially lasting for 50 years now can be designed for 100 years. So the cost is divided over a span of 100 years. So per year cost is less. So that is how the sustainability we are achieving on the financial side. Not only that, the PCE technology, what we should be using more and more is saving water 30 to 35%. Which water I'm saying, friends? This is a mixing water. When you make concrete, you can reduce the water content of the concrete with, there is a provision of reference mix in the IS. With the reference mix, you can reduce 30% of the water. Now you can imagine how much of cement is used. So India is consuming around 400 million tons of cement. And if it is uncontrolled, water cement ratio is 0.48. So we can definitely always make 0.45, 0.4, 0.35. Larger projects, we are also using 0.28 and 0.25. Now you can, this difference of 0.15 is a huge change because you can save huge amount of water while mixing. And yes, if you use curing compounds, nothing like that. So this is what I was telling you, that when admixture technology started, it was lignosulfonate based, melamine, naphthalene sulfonate based. These are red apples. Why? They consume a lot of energy, they consume a lot of money also, and they were not sustainable because they are not leaving anything for the new generations. I will come to this. But if you are thinking of viscoflux technology or a PCE technology, this is a green apple technology. Energy saving is the solution. Now, if you are looking at the other solutions in the energy saving, what we can go in for is foam concrete. In the construction, on the roof, we can have foam concrete, you can have insulated roof, or you can have albedo paint, solar reflective paints. The solar reflective paints, these have been proved and they can save energy from 4 to 10 degrees centigrade. So there is a huge, and where, see, you can see large warehouses or cold storages, those consultants who are into cold storage and large scale, even school buildings, college buildings, large scale structures where the roof area is very large. On the top of that, if you coat this with, this is what I was telling you about the foam concrete, this can be put in filling and so many other things. And this is what I was talking to about albedo paint. This is cool coat technology is very good. Because they reflect most of the energy. Those of you who are interested, I'm telling you various products. Those who of you are interested, they can definitely communicate me. I will be giving my mobile number and email addresses. We can very well discuss. And I always like to talk with the innovators and people who are always in for using some new products. So this is what I was telling you. These are the albedo paints. And so also there are now flexible reflective, flexible waterproofing coating, which are UV ray resistant, pollution resistant. These are cold applied coatings. See, initially waterproofing systems were tar, then big rows and jointing problems and so many things. Now these are seamless, white color, flexible things and easy to apply. So there is a lot of saving and there is a lot of advantage when the products are being used. Similarly, crystalline technology has come for underground structures, that you apply these coatings on the underground structure and they will penetrate into the concrete. And they form permanent crystals into the concrete and they block the capillaries. And once the capillaries are blocked, your underground structure becomes water. So also there are products which are you can say technology. They are protection coatings for the water resistant products. And these are products especially developed for retaining the virginity of the concrete. I will be more clear on this structure, that yes, this is a building constructed by American Institute of Indian Studies at New Delhi. Just see the label, friends. This is
Recast column.
American Institute of Indian Studies. Now, when the Western world comes in India, they want to use more of the local bricks, local materials. You can see the columns and all this. They are not plaster. They are pure columns and they are just protected with some protective coating, which is absolutely transparent. And these coatings are very, very cheap. These are water repellents, to be specific. They are siloxane and saline based products. You just spray it. Once the building is over, you can just spray that compound and it is done. So it is cheaper also and it is very easy to apply. I am still looking in for further use of materials. See, what you can see in the photo is you feel that this is an old structure, but in my idea, these are the models where activated carbon or charcoal plus sand is used as the plaster. See, carbon and charcoal are huge industrial wastes. If you add small amount of sand in that and then some plasticizers, and can we make plaster out of it for the building? Maybe this will be used and it will be an innovation. People are already working on that. And see, the research and development, I strongly support it should be done on the subject which will be really useful for mankind. We should not do the research or the development just for the sake of research or for getting some additional qualification and some alphabets after your name. No, the research or the PhD, what we do should be helpful and it should be possible for us to put this on the field. Pervious concrete is something from a latest thing which has come after the use of PCE technologies. See, you can use this for garages or your parking lots, whatever the water, rainwater is falling down on the concrete, it will go through and through the concrete. You can recirculate the concrete, recirculate the water. So there is a lot of reuse of water. This is being tried. We have given some demonstrations with Tata Consulting Engineers and other places, and this will be used more and more. And though today it's largely in the academic part, but it will come in a bigger way in India because we need recirculation and reuse of water on a very large scale. Who needs it in the world? The maximum requirement is with India because we are the progressing country. I strongly feel, friends, that there is one more technology like geopolymer concrete technology, which will find a lot of footage in future because it's very innovative and it is very simple. They are using fly ash, they are using silica fume, sodium silicate, metakaolin, and GGBS. All these are the ingredients as one part, and the activator part is alkaline. It is caustic soda or KOH solution. Different activators are used in geopolymer, and in that you add your gravel and sand, water, mix the ingredients, and you get geopolymer concrete. Presently, temperature is the issue because many places it is being made. You need around higher temperatures, but some researches are going on where geopolymer will be done at a room temperature, and then it can be a lot of transformation in the use. Geopolymer concrete is quite light. It is having very good insulation properties. It is highly resistant to your underground sewerage and underground polluting minerals and so many other things. They are best used for ATP, STP, and underground trenches and tunnels. There are some trials taken where I happen to visit in Canada that they are using geopolymer with fiber reinforcement for the tunnels, metro tunnel sections, underground tunnel sections. And these are also, of course, in the experimental stages. But these are the innovations to stay, and these are the things which we should be focusing on: car parking and sports surface arenas. Like recently, in one of the sports rings, skating ring, the topping has been done by such sports surfaces. This is a topping which will be little rough, but you can do beautiful skating on that. And they are available in colors. So similarly, walkways are possible. So these are the innovations on the sports and arena side. Microbiologically assisted concrete. See, it is one more thing still in the textbooks, but yes, in our R&D section where a lot of learned PhD guys and experienced people are working, we are working there on this section also, that what you use of natural resources, because you are using soil, you are adding some bacteria, and it is a very eco-friendly technology. What is done while preparing a microbiological solution, you use lentil seeds, meat extract, table salt, and soil. All these products are mixed and you make a microbiological solution. Now, this microbiological solution is incubated for 24 hours. It is incubated for 24 hours at 37 degrees centigrade. And then this solution with urea and gypsum, all this is added into the cement. The cementitious matrix. How it helps? Because it can reduce your cement content by 25% for the same properties. It can be making impermeable by 29%. That means it is making the concrete more and more impermeable. I've been talking to Mrs. Latkar in VNIT. She is working on that, and she visited our plant so many times. So also Dr. Anuja, with their permission only, I am sharing you this research which is being done, and Apple Chemie happens to be their industry partner for this research. Some of the things I will be just closing in next another 10 minutes, I think. National Highway, even after Corona, they are saying that they will be constructing 25,000 kilometers of road every year. And by 2024, the 2024, they will be adding 25,000 kilometers of road. And out of that, 40% will be again PQC road. That means PQC means concrete road. And we are seeing that making concrete road is a good technology, and it has to be done by experienced people. If it is not done by experienced people, you find a lot of challenges. There can be some cracks, there can be fractures. See, reasons can be many. There can be many. But you, as a construction engineer, you cannot deny that there are some challenges with our industry. Because when a concrete road is done, we are responsible. When there are fractures in concrete pavement, wherever it is done, in any part of India, as a civil engineer, we definitely own the responsibility. Yes, boss, हमारा concrete technology थोड़ा और सुधारना है. Maybe, see, the cracks can be settlement cracks. There can be geological thing. There can be mixing problem. There can be more of water. Placement में problems होगा, cold joints होगा, or jointing itself, there can be so many things. But when we take onus, when we take the responsibility of such problems in the construction industry only, then we are responsible for innovation. Then we really go for innovation. So that is what is required. And fortunately, we have come up with some of the innovations that you can remove the damaged part, pack it up with new PQC repair road patch. These are the technologies. The cracks in the concrete road, they can be injected by a flowing. You can see the central picture. There is a syringe. Injection jaisa rehta hai, right? The doctor is using syringe, and through the syringe he is putting something in your blood or oil. Same type of syringes are used to inject into the concrete surface so that the cracks are sealed in totality. And if there is a defect visible on the top of the concrete, that crack also, that can also be repaired, and this will be a reasonably long time and durable thing. So it's a quick work that yes, you can seal the cracks, or you can repair the patches like this, and the road can be used very immediately. I mean, after 3 hours, 2 hours, it can be used. So these are the innovative technologies which are coming up, and we will have to study this and we will have to use it. Once we study, we will have to use it in the field, and then only we are doing justice to it. See, friends, constructing is one part. But if you are looking at the sustainability and new innovations, we should, if we, there are some structures old, ठीक है, तब हमारी technology इतनी develop नहीं थी. Now we can repair the structure. We said that yes, there is a water tank, and after 25 years there is a problem. It is not only leaking, the columns are bad, corrosion hai, carbonation hai, so many other things. Just take as an example. But with the present technology, if you repair it nicely, maybe you can give a lease of life of another 25 years to it. So it will be a sustainable one. So these are the repair products. You remove the old concrete, sandblast it, apply bonding coats, use various repair products, do the renderings and give protection coating and add life to the structure. Similarly, if the new technologies have come in the wrap concrete technologies, that is a carbon wrap, it can be aramide wrap or epoxy wrap systems. If there is a crack because of the earthquake or if there is a deterioration problem, these products can always change it. This is one more technology. I always like this man. He is Professor Dan Hickson from Utz University, and he has done a lot of research on the infrastructure repair due to earthquake. And he says that there is something called donut concrete, and we have given and developed such a product like you have. I will show you in next pictures. Let me read out his words, which are given at the bottom of your screen. That the circular shape gives you the best strength for the amount of material you are using. Best strength for the amount of material you use. The stresses are distributed equally all around the periphery. So what is seen in the column, that if there is an earthquake and the column topples down, the column remains intact, at the joint it goes off. And at the bottom and top, if you have this donut concrete, it is having a sort of a curtain composite all around, and you use very high strength concrete grout. These are called VHS, and these grouts give you a strength of 100 Newton. And these grouts, when you put it around the column, immediately you will be getting restoration, and the bridge or the infrastructure, maybe it is a flyover or anything like that, can be put into the action very fast. So at the end of the column, at the bottom or at the top, you repair it and the central portion is repaired. Go ahead with the protection coating and you can use the infrastructure at a very early date. So that is what it is. And yesterday when I was compiling this presentation for Amravati ICI, I thought that I will share with you this new coating. See, Israel is one of the country in the world which is always innovating so many things. All over the world, Israel is known for their innovation. And now they have come up with antimicrobial coating which can prevent the progress of corona. These are the coatings which will be used in the public buildings, factory floorings, airports, hospitals and stores, where it will stop further progress of corona. See, I know for sure, and you also know for sure, because every day you call anybody, Amitabh Bachchan will start talking, isn't it? Amitabh Bachchan batata hai, abhi bhi dawa nahi, to we will have to protect ourselves, right? But we can still work on other fronts, and these protective coatings have come. We as a construction industry, we should be proud that we have taken a first step. Yes, we are developing some of the products to fight out these things. What I feel always is this challenge is taken up everywhere in the world, and the best thing that we all know that world's climate is changing. Every day we are talking of so many things, but with the world's climate, there is something more which is changing. There is something else which is changing. That is a will to act has never been so strong. Now the entire world, today entire world and even entire India is bound together, and we are together to fight out with the situation like coronavirus. Like we are together with the development of technology. We are together for sustainability. We are together, entire India is together to work on the infrastructure which will be made more and more durable and long lasting. So that is what I wanted to tell you, that this is the last slide, that every time on the contract side, when so much of enthusiasm has developed in India, this is the best part, this is the best part of the world, this is the best period in the world that India is having today, that we have got all the facilities, we have got best of the infrastructure, we have got very good roads, we have got all the things available. We will have to ensure that we make the development of country in a sustainable manner. Sustainability is very important, and we should not be spending money and on the cheapest things. Like what I always say, that we should be going from gray to green. Green is sustainable. We should not look at the cost of 1 cubic meter of concrete on the project, right? If it is a large project, maybe a very, very large project of 5 lakh cubic meter of concrete. Just consider a huge project. Maybe it is a road project or a large scale building, big institute is being created. 5 lakh cubic meter of concrete. You should not select a contractor, or you should not weigh the things based on what is the cost of per cubic meter of concrete. But what should be our method? We should work on what is the cost we are spending on 1 MPa of concrete. For 1 MPa of concrete, how much is the cost spent, and what is the cost of 1 year cycle life of that concrete? In short, if the structure is going to last with a old technology, with a gray technology, which is for 50 years, maybe you spend and it is going to cost you some crores. Say you take a case that it is 1,000 crore. But today, with a development in technology, if you spend more than the 1,000 crores, but the cost per MPa of the concrete is low, and per life cycle cost is low, per cost of 1 year cycle of the concrete is low, this will be green and sustainable. And that is what we should be doing. And why we should be doing this, friends? Why we should be doing this? Do we have national responsibility? Yes. Are we there? Because that is because sustainability is something that we have to leave a legacy for our future generations. You use the optimum quantity and leave it for the future generations so that they can also enjoy the things. And there are 3 factors in sustainability. That is, one is social, which is there. They should be having social infrastructure. They should be having the balance, natural resources available with them, and they should be having money also, which is saving of GDP, which is in concrete industry, this year construction industry is very important part of it. So lastly, I would like to tell you that we as a construction industry, we form a very, very big part of the development of the country, and we should be focusing all throughout on innovation and sustainability and the sustainable world wherein we live for our new generations to survive happily is the real truth, and that will be our professional agenda. That should be our goal. That should be our purpose of the life. With that, I close. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ultratech, and thank you, Amaravati Center of Indian Concrete Institute, for allowing me to share my ideas on innovation and sustainability.
Thank you, sir.
If there are any questions.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. If anybody has questions, he may write his questions on the chat box.
I have stopped sharing my this thing, and we can see you all.
Anyone having question can raise the hand also, so we can directly connect to sir.
See, I'm quite happy that there are almost 100 persons who were on the webinar today. In spite that today at the same time there are 5 or 6 webinars going on everywhere.
Yes, sir.
I'm quite sure that my concept of innovation I have conveyed. If there are any uh, doubts or if there are some discussions, especially Pachgade Sahab is there. Pachgade sir is there because Pachgade sir and Dange sir, Gilda sir, and Khandwe sir. These are the people who have done a lot of difference to Indian Concrete Institute.
Sir, we have one question from Praveen Khandwe, sir.
हाँ सर, खांडवे सर बोलिए सर.
He is asking that how you see the role of fly ash with the new admixtures.
See, Khandwe sir, in my opinion, fly ash is not an admixture. It is an additive into the concrete. And admixture is PCE. And when you add admixture, it is possible that you can use fly ash. There is going to be a liberal use of fly ash in future. Fly ash will be used, and because it is adding to the durability. And fly ash will be more and more used. Even I'm a part of a committee on Bureau of Indian Standards, which pertains to blended cement, where all the cement manufacturers are asking for a certain quantity of fly ash to be used, and BIS has given the permission for that. So it is going to be a part of our regular use in the construction industry.
Sir, we have another question from Shri Praveen Kadam, sir. Can you please tell in short what is the process of taking patents during and after the innovation process?
Praveen sir, you have asked a question about how to get a patent and what is the procedure like. It's quite interesting. I can imagine that you are keen on doing the innovations. Very good, very good. We should work on that. See, there is a patents office in Mumbai, and fortunately for us, in Nagpur also there is a patents office. There are some guidelines, and within those guidelines, you have to write down the document. And the procedure of writing this document is given in the patents site. That why you have developed the patent, how it is different, what is your research, what are the alternative products available, why you say it should be patented. शायद ऐसा होगा कि already something is existing and you say कि नहीं मैंने नया निकाला. No, it is not so. So we will have to research will have to be done and shown कि this is something different, how it is different from the existing things. जब आप पेटेंट फाइल करते हो उसके ऊपर में एक कमेटी काम करती है. वो कमेटी देखती है कि रियली ये डिफरेंट है क्या, ऐसा कोई दूसरे ने नहीं किया है, ये फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम आ रहा है. एंड इट टेक्स लॉट ऑफ टाइम, 3, 4, 5 years इट विल टेक. और फिर वो पेटेंट आपको ग्रांट किया जाता है. दे गाइड यू, देयर इज ऑफिस फॉर दैट.
Yes, sir. Another question from Mr. Sardul. Sir, what will be your suggestions for the new engineers?
Already given.
Suggestions for new engineers मेरे तरफ से क्या रहेगा शार्दुल साहब, ऐसा है कि this is a very big question.
Yes, sir.
This is a very big question कि new engineers के लिए क्या suggestion रहेगा. But I would like to answer it in very brief and give my opinion on that. Engineering, if you say, it is a continuous development of mind, right? There are two processes happening. There is something happening within your body, what we call as inner engineering. There is something happening in your body. You are changing yourself every time, and you can control that inner engineering process. With the inner engineering, you can see somebody's face is glowing. या आपण देवाचे फोटो पाहतो ते म्हणतात त्याच्या पाठीमागे अरोमा बिकॉज इट इज नॉट देअर फिजिकली बट द पर्सन इज सो व्हेरी पॉवरफुल यू लुक एट हिम विथ दॅट पॉवर विदिन हिम. सो आय फील that our technological development should be so very good. Whatever subject you study, any engineering subject, whether it is because civil engineering is the mother of most of the engineering, because after civil engineering, electrical engineering came, mechanical came. IT is not an engineering, it is a science. IT is a science, right? So all these technologies basically it is a science. Everything is a science. Engineering is also, mother of engineering is a science. Those developments should be taken as how we can use it and how you can develop it. So for fresh engineers, my idea will be to understand first fundamentals of engineering and fundamentals of science. Absolutely correct. Once you understand the fundamentals of physics, chemistry, applied mechanics, and science, which is your first 3 to 4 years of your engineering, ये फंडा यदि आपका मजबूत है, you can do anything. You can even apply it to the life also. But fundamentals of your engineering, general engineering, I am not saying, because see, applied mechanics is a branch of engineering which is applied everywhere. So your fundamentals should be strong. Once you make your fundamentals strong, you will win the world. You can work in any field, whether you thereafter you work in the mechanical field, application field, software, anywhere. So my advice to this is your fundamentals आपके strong होने चाहिए, and you should be always working on some innovations. But that is possible after you understand the technological part in totality, which is first 3 to 4 years of your engineering. Anything more?
Yes. There are the question sessions are over, sir.
Okay.
May I switch to Anurag, sir, for the vote of thanks for the session, sir?
So there is one, someone has raised a hand. Let me,
Yeah, Nikita Lokhande.
yeah, I am unmuting them. Yeah, Nikita, madam, do you have question? Okay, I think we.
Was raised by mistake.
Yeah, I can also go into the chat box. I think I have answered most of the questions about the patent and how you see the flash and that mixture. That is also all everything we have addressed everything. Great.
Okay, sir, we can continue with the vote of thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Anurag sir.
Mayur, Mr.
Yeah, it is.
Anurag, sir, you. Yeah.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir.
now
Yeah,
you
yeah,
are-
yeah.
Okay, at the outside, I would like to thank Shri Vivek Naik sir for a very, very wonderful lecture, sir. Letting us know about wonderful innovations are going on in our. Thank you so much, sir. I would like to mention the deep sense of gratitude to Ultratech for sponsoring this particular program, and forward to have a lot of more programs with ICI Amravati and Ultratech as well. Thank Supreet Singh sir, Rahul Darne sir, and Mayur sir from Ultratech. Also, I'm extremely thankful to Professor A.P. Dange, President ICI Amravati, for giving us this particular opportunity. I would like to extend my thanks to Dr. P.S. Pajgade sir, past president from ICI Amravati, Shri Amit Gilda sir, secretary, ICI Amravati, Shri Praveen Khandwe sir, treasurer, ICI Amravati, and Dr. Manish Bais sir. And other executive members for their enormous support and guidance in organizing this particular event. I must mention the deep sense of gratitude to all the participants, without whom the program cannot be successful. Thank you, everyone. With the permission of the chair, I would like to tell that the program is over for today. Thank you, everyone.
You all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. From Ultratech.
Thank you, Rahul. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for joining this webinar. Thank you, Vivek sir. Thank you all the participants, delegates, and dignitaries from ICA also. Hope we will be continuing such webinars in ahead. Thank you. Over and out.
Yeah.